Yes. Just looking at this book of Moses. Yeah. Exodus. Yeah, it's not the book of Moses. The Exodus. Yeah. Um, in chapter 2, verse 21, and Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter, and she bare him a son. And he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And in verse 23, it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died. And the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. Oh. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac and with Jacob. Oh, well, three different covenants. Yeah. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. Now, we have a little bondage problem in the United States. See, I gave you the evidence of a crime. You decided you didn't have to enforce the laws because of the bondage. Yes. The oppression of not enforcing the rights of American citizens. Well, this God of the Old Testament, yes, that did hear the groaning of those that are Israelites, yeah. He decided to use a guy that was very content with just having a wife, yes, having little babies out there in the desert, just doing what he was doing. Now, I'm content, yes, having my rights enforced. And I'm discontented, yes, as in I dislike it when you ignore the laws. Now, I would say that there's some oppression upon the people of the United States. Yeah. Now, the sworn oath attorneys, yes, where you said you would not leave anyone oppressed and defenseless. Now, I've documented that I wasn't in swim, but you decided to cover up your oppression. And I documented that I wasn't in Brennan, but you decided to cover up your oppression. Now, there's what's known as life, liberty, and property. What is the opposite of being oppressed? Liberty. That's right. And I went to one of these websites that I had not been to before, and they had 600 quotations on liberty. And I wanted to spend this week, or as much time as necessary, explaining to you why you do not oppress American citizens. Now, for those in law enforcement that thought that you do, you don't. Because eventually God will look upon the children and he'll say, well, I have respect unto them, yes, that are children. Now, yesterday we had a little talk about the judgment of God. And for all the men and women that said it was about the sanctity of life, yes, I said no, it wasn't. It's about you protecting your genetics. Now we're going to get the lab results of the actual DNA of every little conception. Yes, we are. And then I'm going to have you put in prison for using the wombs of women without their consent or knowledge. Right now, because it's oppressive to use the wombs of women without their knowledge. Now, I'm wanting to use that court system today, and I'm wanting to have sued and imprisoned a large number of individuals right now that thought that it was about the sanctity of life. Now, for every woman that thought that God the Father did not know, I'm looking for the I am of Christianity, that counterfeit Christianity. Ooh, the him, and the ha, the good and the evil, those in the family that were on the left and the right. Because my thought is it's oppressive, yes, to the American population right now.